And a lot of people say, what are you talking about? Well, imagine the original hydrogen atom from the Big Bang, if you believe in that theory, which frankly I don't. But let's just say, let's just give the devil their due. And so that's, 15 or 13 billion years ago. Well, the original hydrogen atoms are still there running. How are they running? Well, when you get to the subatomic level, you get these quarks and other subatomic particles that we have found in physics are fluxing in and out of this sort of multipotent energy field, and they're virtual. And you find that all of matter, all of solid matter, is actually fluxing in and out of this baseline energy field at this subatomic level. And that's how a hydrogen atom that's been sitting there spinning around and running for 15 billion years is still going on like the Energizer Bunny. So there's infinite energy all around us, and what these magnetic flux motors are doing is tapping into that field of energy and turning it into electricity.
Rotary
and so I'm trying to make it as simple as I can, but it's there for the taking, as Dr. Bearden says. And so, the question is, the theory is known. There are devices we know that have existed that have been confiscated and suppressed and stuck at Oak Ridge or stuck at other places and hidden from the public. The question is, why don't we get together with some of these really fantastic engineers and physicists that we have in our network, put them under one tent, let them work together and do their magic? I'm convinced that within a year or two, we would have some amazing breakthroughs, and the public would then say, gee whiz, we never have to destroy and abuse our beautiful planet again in order to live well. So it's not this question of, do we go back to the Stone Age, or do we live well and cannibalize our beautiful Mother Earth? We can live in peace and in kind of a homeostasis and balance with the Earth, with an enormously abundant society. And one of the implications of this, which we haven't talked about, is that when these energy costs go down to virtually zero, which is what we're talking about here, manufacturing and recycling can be done in a way where there's zero pollution. Right now, a lot of recycling isn't done because the cost of the energy to recycle the stuff is so high, you get to the point of diminishing return. If the energy costs are zero, you can recycle everything. And the Earth can be, every single thing we use can be recycled. We can desalinate water. And as the Bible said, even the desert shall bloom, because the cost of desalination is an energy issue. The chemical and the process of desalination has been known for decades, and there have been some big breakthroughs in desalination. And the water's, 2/3 of the planet's covered with oceans. No shortage of water. There's shortage of potable water, drinkable water, water for irrigation. And so when you see these technologies, they're going to be these secondary and tertiary and quaternary ramifications that are so huge and exciting, because now we're talking about the Earth becoming a veritable rose garden of abundance at the same time that we're not harming the environment at all. So this is what's so exciting about these kinds of breakthroughs, and why I'm convinced that we really have an opportunity now, maybe once in 1,000 years, to make this kind of big leap forward.
And I might add, this is that time. Time is very short in terms of the world political situation on these issues, because right now we're in the Middle East with major problems. The war machine is rumbling relative to Iran right now, and it's because of energy. And
sure.
The view that...
the only reason we're camped out in the Middle East, look, we're not there because we like the date palms and the camels. We're there for oil. Let's just get blunt. And when people, when you hear the politicians in Washington say, gee, our strategic national security interests in the Middle East, what they're talking about is oil. And so, we have an entire foreign policy built around our addiction, to use Bush's term, of oil. Well, let's get off of it. And we're not going to get off of it by throwing billions of dollars to Archer Daniels Midland, ADM, by doing ethanol or any of these other harebrained, stupid things that we're doing. Let's get real. The fact is we have all the solutions. And the beautiful thing is that the mind of the cosmos, if you want to look at it this way, the universal intelligence has brought through the minds of men and women for 100 years these amazing solutions, but they've been cut off, blocked by these corrupting interests. Now it's time for the people to learn about this, unite together around a project, fund the research, and support the disclosure of these technologies, and we will see a completely transformed world. And you're not going to fix the problem by just kvetching about it. You're going to need to actually go out there and create the solutions, and that's what we're doing at the orionproject.org, and we're really urgently asking everyone listening to go to that website. It's all one word, the orionproject.org, and see what we're doing and contribute what you can, whether it's, your refund, your check from the IRS and this unexpected windfall or any amount, or if you know someone who is can provide a larger grant. We have one person who works with us who's on our board who has pledged $250,000 if the rest of the community of people concerned with the environment and Gaia and energy will contribute the rest. So we really are asking for folks to help us and to go to the site and be educated also on not only the history of this issue and the suppression of it, but also the really promising types of technologies. I mean, some of it gets into a lot of physics that may make people's eyes glass over, but the bottom line is that the energy of the universe is infinite, and it's all around us, and it can be tapped into, and we have the knowledge to solve these problems. And I'm a doctor. I'm not someone who's a mechanical or electrical engineer or physicist, but the people who do know this, that we've identified through a lot of hard work over the last, 11 years that Ted and I have been working together on this problem, are ready to step forward and help us come up with these solutions. And now we're asking the public to join with us in doing it.
Yes, on that website, the OrionProject.org, there's a section called Research, and in that section there is a number of research papers, both policy and research papers that you can go to learn more about some of these technologies and flesh out your ideas on things.
Right, and I think it's really important for people to understand that this is something we can do this year. I mean, this is not something where, maybe in 10 or 20 years there'll be fusion or something like this. We're talking technologies. We're standing on the shoulders of other giants in the field of electromagnetics and research who have worked on this, some of them for 40 and 50 years of their lives, who are now willing to contribute to this effort. So we're not starting at zero. This is the other good news about what we're doing. We've identified the people who have a track record, as I mentioned, the scientists who have been funded through our tax dollars and through the military who had his project stopped because he was successful. We have the benefit of all of those people that we've identified, and we're very excited that many of them want to join with us here and form a campus and do this work together, where there'd be the synergy and the sharing and the collapsing of time frames, where you'd have this quickening of potential, because you'd have all these people who, frankly, have never had a chance to even meet each other in many cases, get together and work under one roof and really do their magic. And I think that this is why it's so exciting what the Orion Project is doing, because it has enormous implications for the Earth, and I hope all of you will join us in this great effort.
Yes, thank you for your support and interest, and together we can make this possible, make it happen. Steve, thank you.
Well, thank you, and I'd like to thank everyone for being with us here on the World Fusion Network. This is Conversations with Dr. Stephen Greer, and we will be with you again in a couple of more weeks, and we look forward to speaking with you again. Thanks so much, Ted.
Thank you.